Let's just start with the user numbers. Snap grew its user base 20%, daily active users. This is really strong growth. And I personally impressed me. I don't use Snap. None of my friends use Snap. So I'm curious, what's your first take on this user growth number and, where are these users coming from?
Where are these users coming from? Yeah, that's a good question. I think a lot of people are asking that question right now because I think overall the usage, it's being used by people who probably aren't watching YouTube videos on the Snapchat earnings. I think really like their demo, it's people who they're just like average Americans, just like normal people who just kind of, they're like high schoolers, people who go to college, people who just kind of work, average jobs. They watch content on there, but like, the fashion shows that they have, the like DIY videos. And they're just like they're hanging out with their friends digitally and sending picture messages and videos to their friends, just random stuff. And it's everyone. And you kind of look at the data, who's using it. I forget, I think it was like 88 million people in the US on average use it every day. So there's a lot of people. And it's kind of hard to lie with the data that they're putting out. So
Yeah, and what do you think about the competition coming with TikTok? And originally Instagram stories really stunted their growth, and now they've resumed. It seems like they've found their momentum back, which is really encouraging for the whole bull side of the company. And I really feel like the backbone of the stock turning around is this reinvigoration in user growth. But we also have TikTok coming out. And so I was talking to my roommate about that. And my theory is, TikTok's a lot more about consumption. Snap's a lot more about messaging with family and friends. So they're not quite actually in competition as you might think. But how do you think about that TikTok, just the TikTok explosion and how that's going to affect these user numbers?
Yeah, I mean, I think TikTok is a lot more similar to Instagram and Facebook, like the feed, the stories, than it is on Snap. I think Snapchat has always been about messaging your friends. And because you're there messaging your friends, you watch, some of the content they have on there. It's not for everyone, for sure. I mean, I feel like maybe you and me have specifically talked about this on your channel before. Like some of the stuff on there, you're like, who's watching this stuff? But like they put out numbers like, Will Smith did this like shelter in place from his garage video, and they said like 15 million people watched it. And if you kind of comp that to a TV show, how many people right now can you get 15 million people watching the same TV series? I mean, that's like Netflix numbers, and they put out data like 60 of their TV shows, like their premium shows or channels. They've got over, I think it's 10 million or 15 million people that are watching these. I mean, that's huge. You talk about controlling culture. So yeah, it's definitely interesting.
Yeah, it's really impressive to see them hit that type of engagement.